And I think that anyone would have a lot of fun if they went there. You know, they have good concerts. Actually, your band Event Sevenfold was playing there like in a couple days.
I can only imagine what their Tel Aviv translation album would sound like into Jerusalem. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to take a look into that.
I'm sure it would be cool. Yeah, I saw some signs for that.
Their song would be "Hail to the King."
You're absolutely, yeah. But you know, Tel Aviv is a great town, and Jerusalem is obviously very, very. You know, it's a religious town. It's a very reverent town. You know, so if you're there on like the weekend, it's sort of a little bit mellow, but you know, it's beautiful. It's very intimidating with walking around the old city with just like those fantastic like caverns and corridors of stone kind of looming over you as you make your way through the streets. And it's really cool to think about you know, how those cities were kind of set up to confuse the enemy. Because it's just there's so many like circuitous pathways and alleys that kind of lead here and there, and I can imagine like if you were from there and you were being besieged by, you know, like the Romans or whoever else, they would have a hard time kind of running around, and you would be able to sort of pick them off. So it's a very, very cool place. I recommend to anybody just to go there as you would, you know, Italy or Greece or France. It should be on your list a place to travel to because it's just a fantastic place.
And which places did you visit?
Well, the wedding was in a place that I can't even tell you because I forget where it was. But it was close to Tel Aviv.
Nice.
So, you know, we're Jewish, and my sister is fairly religious, and her husband is Israeli. So our plan was to fly into Jerusalem so we could do, you know, Shabbat there on the Friday night. So we got there Friday towards the afternoon, and we only stayed there until Sunday. So Saturday was like the full day of walking around Jerusalem and, you know, seeing the sights there. And then on Sunday, we took a ride to the Dead Sea and to Masada, which is a big fortress that King Herod created on the top of the mountain.
I actually got bar mitzvah at Mount
awesome.
Masada.
I mean, you literally float on it.
Yeah.
You can like sit on top of the water, and you know, it's actually below sea level. It's like 1,300 feet below sea level. Sunburns are actually impossible also because I was reading that the sun has to pass through another atmospheric layer just to kind of reach you when you're at the Dead Sea. So, you know, if you ever were to put your head underneath the Dead Sea, which is not recommended because you could go blind if you open your eyes, at least for a few minutes, you'll be like the lowest person on Earth. And so then after we did that Dead Sea and Masada Day, excuse me?
I said I hear that about myself every now and then.
Yeah, the lowest man on earth. There's Jace. Well, I think that Delaware has that kind of persecution complex, you know?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
Onward and upward. What do you got for the SeatsLink report? By the way, welcome back.
All right, cool. Now you're kicking me off. Yeah, then we did Tel Aviv after that. Great time. So, SeatsLink report. We got a little light week coming up. Tonight we got some pretty good basketball. If you are a fan of our locals and the teams that they play. The Knicks are playing the Warriors tonight, so here's your chance to check out Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and the Splash Brothers, as they like to call them. The Knicks are going to take on Golden State tonight at the Garden. Tickets at SeatSlink.com, available for you. And then the Nets are also playing the Bulls tonight at the Barclays Center. Got a pretty fun night. Got a little Drazen Petrovic giveaway night, the great sharpshooter from the 1990s. They're giving away a throwback retro starting lineup figure of him. So Nets versus Bulls tonight at the Barclays Center, and tickets to that you get for about $9 at SeatSlink.com. So I know the Knicks and the Warriors might be stealing the headlines in terms of the high-profile basketball game, but if you want to see some NBA hoops, check out the Nets in the game that they can actually win. Call over to Barclays Center tonight as well for the Nets against the Bulls. Then Wednesday the 28th, the Big Ten tournament starts. That's the first of the postseason conference tournaments to kick off in college basketball. So we have the Big Ten tournament featuring Michigan State, Ohio State, Purdue, Nebraska, and Rutgers locally. They'll all be there starting on Wednesday, and with the finals are going to be on Sunday. So we have a very full week at the Garden of Big Ten college basketball tournament action. So if you're a fan of these schools, obviously a lot of alumni who are from Michigan or from Wisconsin and Penn State around here, as well as Michigan State and Ohio State and Maryland, Rutgers. You have a lot of local rooters here. Indiana, I mean, really, Northwestern, I know people who went to. So really, I mean, any school that's in the Big Ten, I know people personally who went there. So come on, check out the Big Ten tournament starting Wednesday at the Garden for some great college basketball. Then on Thursday, all you geeks out there, Weird Al comes to the Tarrytown Music Hall up there in Westchester County. So I love Weird Al. I think he's genius. I think he's revolutionary. I think he's very smart, very funny, very talented, and he'll be playing at the Tarrytown Music Hall up there in Westchester. I know it's a little bit out of the way for the Long Island folks, but part of what I love about going to events around here, whether it's Tarrytown Music Hall or Paramount or the St. George Theater on Staten Island, is that you really get to experience kind of these local towns, these little areas that have some nice restaurants, and have a nice little main street, and it's a good way to spend the evening. So listen, if you're a fan of Weird Al, little Thursday night action out there in Tarrytown. So we have Weird Al for you at the Tarrytown Music Hall, and I highly encourage you check him out. www.seatslink.com for your tickets to that. Now on Friday, the Islanders, the Islanders who are very much alive in the playoff hunt. Unlike the Rangers, who are selling all their assets for prospects. As you know, the Rangers traded Rick Nash yesterday and got some prospects back from Boston for him. The Islanders are still very much in the hunt, though, and they'll be facing a tough Montreal team on Friday. So come over to Barclays Center for that to check that one out. Islanders versus Montreal. Also on Friday, the first of two shows of Bob Weir and Phil Lesh at Radio City Music Hall. Now, as you know, Bob Weir and Phil Lesh are the long-time, I won't say founding, Phil Lesh would be a founding Grateful Dead member. Bob Weir came on a little bit later, although he's sort of been the flag bearer of the band. Even in the later years of Jerry Garcia, Bob Weir was sort of the spokesman of the band, and now obviously in the 23 years, can't be been that long, since Jerry Garcia has been absent, Bob Weir has still always been the face of the Dead, and he'll be playing with Phil Lesh. It's sort of like a bucket list thing for both of them. The Dead has gone through a million iterations. Phil Lesh does his own thing, plays a lot of Dead tunes. Bob Weir does his own thing, plays a lot of Dead tunes in his shows as well. But Weir and Lesh have never officially done shows together, just under their own banner. So I think that'll be really cool for all you Deadheads out there to check out Bob Weir and Phil Lesh at Radio City. A very limited tour, only hitting up a few cities, and we luckily have them for 2 nights at Radio City. So Weir and Lesh on Friday at Radio City. They'll also be at the Radio City on Saturday the 3rd. Bob Weir and Phil Lesh again. So you have your pick either Friday or Saturday for that great concert of the 2 longtime venerable Grateful Dead members. Saturday night, we have Deontay Wilder defending his WBC heavyweight title against Luis Ortiz at the Barclays Center. He's always puts on a good show at the Barclays Center. He really is sort of like the one great heavyweight we have going right now. I mean, there are a few other guys out there in the division, but the heavyweight division really has been dominated by Deontay Wilder over the last few years. 39-0, 38 knockouts. Really might even go down as kind of one of the best ever if he keeps it up. Not to say that there's much going on in the heavyweight division as it is anyway, but he definitely has been the dominant one. Over the last 10 years or 9 or 10 years. So you could check him out as well at the Barclays Center against Luis Ortiz, a game competitor against Deontay Wilder. So don't expect a blowout or a total domination. It should be a good match. And SeatSlink has your tickets for that as well. Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz at the Barclays Center. And for all you comedy fans out there that want to stay on Long Island, Jim Brewer of Saturday Night Live fame will be at the Paramount on Saturday as well. So check out SeatSlink.com for tickets for that. And then for all you folks who are interested in heading out to Jersey for a little hockey action to see the Devils, who are, sort of the best team in the area. I mean, the Devils really, the Rangers have sort of mailed it in, as I said. The Islanders are still hanging on, kind of keep themselves in a playoff hunt. The Devils, though, are in. I mean, they're firmly in the playoff position. So But they'll be taking on a very, very surprising Vegas Golden Knights team at 5 o'clock on Sunday at the Prudential Center. Now, Vegas, really, I mean, they drafted in the expansion draft just a lot of cast-offs from other teams, but their general manager just did a great job of finding value, and they're actually the best team in the league right now. It's hard to believe that they've set all sorts of records. A month ago, they had set records for expansion teams, and they're still about a month and change in the season. Vegas Golden Knights are well ahead of any expansion team from the past, and they'll be facing the Devils at the Prudential Center on Sunday. So if you're interested in just some very, very good hockey between the best team in the league and a very, very formidable Devils team who is looking like a very solid playoff pick, check that one out. That would definitely be my pick of games for the week, Devils versus Golden Knights at the Prudential Center on Sunday. So that's really it for the report for this week. I mean, it's a little bit of a light week, but that's okay. It gives you a chance to kind of ease into things. Gives me a chance to ease into things as I kind of get back from my trip. And I'm complaining about being away for so long. I mean, I know like Lisa does it from Florida. Everyone goes away for a while, but I definitely had a lot going on while I was down there. So it's good for me to sort of be able to ease in with an easy week in SeatSlink land, and that's what we got for you. So that is it.
Make sure if you have any questions, you reach out to Charlie at SeatSlink.com. And Charlie, I believe the code LIVE still works for $20 off, right?
Oh, LIVE works, man. LIVE, $20 off your order. www.seatslink.com is the website. The discount code, like Jason I said, is LIVE, LIVE, for $20 off. And if you need to reach us by phone, it's 718-676-0504. We'll take care of you. We'll give you advice. We'll get you the tickets you need, and we'll make sure you're very, very happy. Because we are into helping you make the most of the moments that matter. That's what we say. It's the moments that matter, and we help you make the most of them. So,
and if you happen to be in Jerusalem in a couple of weeks and you want to see Avenged Sevenfold, reach out to Charlie.
Yeah, man, especially if you're going to be in Tel Aviv. Now, I was doing business there. It's like 7 hours ahead, so I was doing business at like midnight there, but it was cool. Also, inquiry, INQUIRY at SeatSlink.com is the email address if you need to just send us a quick note. We'll be happy to take care of you. Ticket Talk will be back on March 8th, by the way. We're not going to be doing a show this week. March 8th will be the return of Ticket Talk, so look forward to that as well, right here on WLINY. Thank you, Jace. Thank you, crew. Great to hear from you again, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie.
Thank you, caller.
Taking the week off for Purim.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Yes, bye-bye. Thanks a lot for him, yeah.
You know
All
what?
right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. You know, when I say bye, Charlie, I think of Charlie Tuna. Like, remember? It's like the tuna fish. The tuna
Do
fish.
they even have that one anymore?
The tuna fish.
Charlie the tuna.
Charlie
that
the
what it
tuna.
was?
Yeah, very good. And every time he says that, I think of the tuna fish. Anyway, sorry, Charlie.
My fiance had gotten the tickets for the Iceman game. He just,
Through Charlie?
Googled.
Through
No,
Charlie. Oh,
after the fact. I was like,
Oops.
I was like, I wish you would have gone through SeatLink. It probably would have been cheaper.
Okay, yeah, probably. Okay, good job.
It was a good game, though.
Oh,
Had a
well,
lot of
that's
fun.
good at least.
Yeah.
You know, what we were talking about before about gun control and this sort of thing is...
So what's this debate you want to have, Helen?
Well, actually,
really
I don't...
quick before we do that, can we just do a quick little station ID?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Jace the Boy Wonder from Cop and Crew in the Morning, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey, this is your boy, the Iceman, from the Iceman's Top 40 New Country Countdown Show. And you're listening to WLINY Radio, Long Island's #1 internet radio station.
Hello, Internet Radio listeners. My name is Eric Martin Koppelman with Cop and Crew, No Holds Barred Internet Radio Morning Show. Heard every weekday morning between 7 and 10 a.m. on WLINY Radio Lake Grove, as well as other syndicated stations and shows throughout the country, and we're real proud of that. But here's the deal for today, folks. If you're hearing my voice, that means other people are going to be hearing my voice, and I have a special program for you. So if you're interested in promoting yourself, your business, your book, your song, whatever it is that you want to get the message out there, we can do it with our social media blast, which go on all throughout the day. All throughout the day. All throughout the day. Did you hear me say all throughout the day? That's promotion all throughout the day for only $10 per day. So you want to give me a call at 800-609-9750. That's 800-609-9750. Did I tell you it's all throughout the day? 800-609-9750. I'll tell you all about the program and get you started. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? There's people out there that are listening right now. 800-609-9750. That's 800-609-9750. Let us promote you today.
That's right. Let us promote you. We'd be happy to. We'd be happy to talk about everything and anything that you'd like to talk about on our show. We'll be happy to have you. Of course, we are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Podsnack, Mixler, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Facebook Live, and we are now also on FM out in Kent, UK, 92.1 FM, and as well as Great Cloud Radio, Great Talk Radio, and out on Spotify. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to have your business promoted, reach out to us. We'll be happy to talk about you. Ladies and gents, you wanted to have a debate. Helen, what do you got?
Well, this is very interesting. I have quite a few friends that are teachers, and as President Trump has suggested, arming teachers so they can defend students in the event of an attack. And I was wondering how everybody felt about that, because I think it's just not a good idea. Because these people are trained and have gone to school and gotten their master's degrees to be educators. They're not police officers. And I don't know how much time it would take to train a teacher to be able to shoot a gun properly, to be willing to shoot off a round to kill somebody. And I was wondering what people thought about that, because I just think out and out, it's just a bad idea. You know, I think Ed Muniz, I always say Ed's name wrong, and David Zier, thank you. You know, they have talked, and David Longo, Don Longo talked about, there are so many retired police officers that could fit the bill to guard our students. But I was just wondering what everybody thought about that at President Trump's suggestion to arm our teachers. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? What do you think?
You know what? I was talking to somebody yesterday who actually has only been teaching for about 3 years. And somebody, I didn't even know they were a teacher. And I said, "Oh, you're a teacher. That's really cool. I didn't even know that." And I'm curious, just genuinely curious, what's your opinion regarding people inside the school carrying weapons? And she said she doesn't agree with it. Now, of course, I'm just going by what this one person said. This person does not represent the entire community and does not represent the entire teaching board. But one thing that they also mentioned is that they work in elementary school. They don't work in high school where there's a high school resource officer or police officer that is assigned to that school. They work in elementary school. So, you know, not only the chaos of having, and I'm going to use this word likely incorrectly, so bear with me and I'll explain, unteachable kids. And by unteachable, I mean in a sense of, look, these kids are going to be panicking. They're not going to listen. It is an elementary school where they're going to run to the teacher, grab on their leg, could likely get right in the way of a gun, could try to jump into the teacher's arms. That is what I mean by unteachable. I don't mean anything disrespectful about it. So if you have any hate mail, send it to helensonigliaro@gmail.com.
Hey.
It's a law of attraction of that mail.
Yeah, seriously,
so
really.
I'm just curious, and I kind of understood that. Not that she didn't say that, I said that these kids are unteachable. And by that I mean, look, kids are going to panic. Kids are going to run. They're going to run right to the only person that they know in that classroom, and it will be, you know, a teacher. And they're going to try to not pummel and destroy the teacher, but they're going to want to be safe. They're going to want to be right up in the teacher's arms or right up in the teacher's face and say, "Oh my God, what's going on? And get away! I'm trying to save your life. Get the hell away from me."
I think that's a really good point. I didn't even think of that, really. Wow.
I didn't either until yesterday when I talked to this person, and this is what I've kind of come up with.
Harry George says if a teacher is trained and willing to accept full responsibility if they discharge their weapon, it might be useful in a comprehensive plan. I don't know. I wonder how many teachers would be willing to arm
Carry
themselves.
a firearm, yeah.
I mean,
I want to know what teacher apparently doesn't find it necessary.
I wonder if we were able to ask the teachers who have died if they would have wanted and felt the need that carrying a gun in the classroom would have prevented. or at
That's a
least
good question,
helped.
too.
If we
Yeah.
could ask those teachers, that would be one heck of an interview.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't ask that. I didn't say that correctly, but I'm on the fence with it. I don't think you can force a teacher to do this. Some teachers are going to be very uncomfortable with this.
Janet Russell says, "Hi, Janet. I have many family members that are teachers, and they are there to teach, but many former police officers are." What now, Janet? You have to. Okay, I don't know what the last sentence is, so you have to either call up or type it up. Okay, because I'm not sure what you're saying, but you
If
know,
given
it's
the
just
opportunity
Yeah.
to save some lives, or maybe all,
true.
some teachers may feel safer with that gun in the classroom.
That's true. That's
It's-
very true.
It's interesting.
But I don't think this is a debate that's going to go away anytime soon, obviously. But it's just, I don't know. I guess the teachers I know, they're all female. I don't know whether and I'm not talking for them, I just don't know whether they'd be very keen carrying around a firearm. I mean.
And do you
You know.
carry it on you? Is it physically on your body? Is it
Yeah.
in a locked drawer? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're in
Yeah.
high school and you have an unruly high schooler,
Yeah,
I mean, the whole disciplinary
I don't
action
know.
would.
yeah.
I'm
Would
kind
change.
of on the fence both ways
Yeah.
with it. I feel like the whole, I
I
feel like the whole gun control issue is beating a dead horse in some ways. I really do.
What do you? what
I
do you
would have
mean?
to agree with that.
What do you mean?
in a sense.
It's always going to
It's-
be an issue in this country.
Yeah.
Gun
Yeah.
control will
We've had
always be an issue.
guns. People have carried guns forever.
Yeah.
Growing up, before my generation, growing up, people carried guns. They weren't shooting up schools. It is a human problem. It is a society. It's not, I don't know. I'm very mixed on it.
Well, yeah, I agree. I'm very mixed on it too. But I think since this last shooting, I think now gun control it's becoming a movement, and it's
Yeah.
making people more aware, which I think is more important.
This
Because,
last
again,
shooting has had
this got me.
America, people, humans, society reacting.
Yeah, and
But there has been so many shootings.
well, let's
so
make this.
many shootings.
well,
Just
yeah.
think of Vegas.
Well, right. Okay.
Just ever since Vegas alone, how many shootings have taken place?
I mean, you're not
Yeah.
safe going to a movie theater. Let me
No.
ask you.
I mean,
every
Colorado, just
time-
the state of Colorado, and this is before marijuana was legalized,
Yeah.
had a lot of shootings.
Yeah, I understand that, but
You know,
you know, again, it's such a double-edged sword because, the people that don't have a screw loose, that's the only way I can think of putting it right now. I don't want to take away your guns. I have no problem with you having a gun. You're responsible. You have, a brain, a responsibility to keep it safe. Do you know my father was a customs officer for a very long time? I never even knew we had a gun in the house. Never.
Wow.
Never knew. And
That was strange.
what do you mean?
I don't know. I guess I've always known what my parents have done for a living.
Well, no, my father was a customs, officers. They.
You just had no idea
rightfully-
he had
I
an
just.
arm.
Yeah, well, he had two of them. Okay, sorry. Anyway.
Pun, 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 pun.
Disarm.
Tammy.
Okay.
Tammy in chat says, I don't think the NRA should be blamed, though, for what happened. No.
No, but the NRA is losing a lot of ground here. Major companies are no longer offering discounts such as Delta and United Airlines, major car
Enterprise still
rentals.
does.
Yes.
Enterprise still does.
I don't think so. I would check that. And First National Bank of Omaha, one of the nation's largest privately held banks, said it will not renew a co-branded Visa card that it had with the NRA. And hotel chains are also jumping on the bandwagon, Wyndham and Best Western. And the NRA is going to have some major challenges coming up. I don't know. I
Real
do
quick
think.
shout out. I'm gonna mess up this name. Joe Grinalda is watching our show, and I'm not quite sure where he's watching from. But hello to you, Joe. Thank you for watching. And of
Hi,
course,
Joe.
if you have any comments that you'd like to share, please let me know on the post, and I'll be happy to share them. Or if you want to call in, it's 888-583-9930, extension 100, and Mike will pick you up, and we'll get you on the air. 888-583-9930. 9930.
Well, if my friend Roger G. Fratangeli is calling, I'd love to hear his opinion on what he thinks about the IRA. If you're still available, G, give a call in. But
The NRA?
I'm
said
not gonna,
IRA.
Did I say
Yes,
IRA?
I have a Roth IRA that I need to
do
take
that
care
all
of
the
right
time.
now.
I
I don't
meant
support
NRA.
my IRA. I think it was a horrible investment.
My IRA is taking a beating, just saying. But anyway, no, with the NRA, I would like to see what he has to say about it if he'd like to call in. But I think the NRA, you know, they have to pay attention right now.
And I think
they have to
also
pay attention
when they
of what's
publicly
happening.
answered questions, they
Yeah.
did not give the public answers that they wanted to hear. And look,
Okay.
and I understand because a lot of conservative politicians, for lack of a
Yes.
better term, support the NRA. So the NRA was very careful as how they were answering certain questions that the public wanted answered.
Well, a lot of politicians got contributions from the
and-
NRA to get elected.
Due to political correctness
Yes.
and in order not to offend a lot of people, the NRA didn't really give people the answer that they wanted.
Well,
and that's why they're getting a lot of heat right now.
Well, they have to pay attention now. There's no sweeping it under the rug or playing around or anything. They have got to pay attention, and that's what's going on with that.
Lisa?
I spoke with my son this week, who's going to be 16, and we spoke about their lockdown drills, what they do, and how he would feel if they had armed guards at the school. He would feel safer.
Yeah.
I think we have to take into consideration what our children want in terms of feeling safer when they go to school. School's supposed to be a safe place to go.
Well, let me ask you this. When you go to a mall these days, or say when you go to the airport, or even you drive long distances, does it go through your mind fleetingly that, I hope everything goes okay now? When I go to a mall, when I go into a store, when I go to a movie, it goes through my mind like, okay, I actually check the exits now.
No, it's
when I'm
funny
in a movie
because
theater and stuff like
living
that.
in the Bayshore area,
Yeah.
the South Shore Mall has its own police precinct. So I feel safer at my shopping mall than I do at the airport.
Okay. Okay.
But that's because I know that you have officers that are armed.
You know what?
in the shopping center.
Let's take schools out of the equation for just
Okay.
a second. Let me ask
Sure.
you guys: how would you feel walking into a mall with armed security guards?
Fine.
Safer.
Doesn't bother me.
I
You
would feel
safer?
better. Yeah, I would. I'd be, but you know what?
What about walking
Here's
into
the-
like
here's
Yankee
the-
Stadium or Shea Stadium with
Yeah.
armed?
But here's,
But
the thing.
I don't think it would make a difference to me. I would still feel safe.
Go ahead,
either way.
Helen.
Okay, here's the thing. Now with these, with the Parkland shooting, with these sheriffs, they didn't go in. And they've got to live with that they did not go in to help these kids. And
It's a gun-free zone.
And anywhere you go,
I don't buy
armed
that.
guards or not,
I don't
still
buy it.
anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
Just
definitely.
having the armed guard does not mean it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are going to happen, even with the armed guards there, but with the armed guards there, maybe less casualties.
They can
Yeah.
diffuse the situation earlier.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, look, at Penn Station can have it, and they have the National Guard there.
I know. You walk by and you see these big bachagaloops and the fatigues
The
and
big
everything.
what?
Bachagaloops.
Christine in chat.
Bachagaloops.
Christine, hi Christine. In chat, she says, at the moment, our schools here in New Jersey all have at least one armed police officer or military.
Wow.
And I think they should. Good.
And everybody thinks that the
Absolutely.
land of no left turns is all backwards, but who knows?
I'm
They,
telling you,
they
those
might
jug
have the right
handles,
idea now.
Can't do it. I try. If I have to do a jug handle turn, I get all fashimmeled. That's all I can say.
Yes, Marie. Marie just said, we just flew from Orlando to New York, and we always tell the TSA thank you. And you know what? They said thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
They
I'm
do
always
appreciate
nice.
that.
I'm
yeah.
Marie,
always
what are
nice
your
to-
thoughts on this whole thing?
I put my gun away. That's all I'm saying. No, seriously, Marie's taking a little sabbatical for a while. Okay, she's on vacation.
the
She's in the
sabbatical
Caribbean.
of Marie.
The sabbatical of Marie. Yeah,
A new
interesting.
segment by 17 seconds.
Oh my God, here we go. Really, I just think
I am trying to get one of my police officer friends who work in New York to see if they'd be willing to call in. I don't
that'd
know
be
I'm
great.
making any promises, but I welcome anybody who has any feedback or opinion, thank you, that you might want to share. Please, by all means, call us, 888-583-9930, extension 100, or hell, even call me. Call my cell phone and I'll get you on the air. I don't care. Find a way, reach out to us, leave comments wherever we post the show. We will be happy to read your comments.
Well, it's almost like you walk into the mall, and I mean, I don't know about you or Mike or Jace, but I look around, where are the exits? I'm walking through the parking lot. I'm very aware. And now with, Soki Joe, I'm careful about my bag. I have my phone ready to be like, karate chop them in the throat. I'm all set.
You have to walk around aware. Absolutely.
You do. Absolutely. Now, here, we're going to switch gears for a second. Is that okay, Jace? Can switch gears for a minute? Okay, there is a major bank refunding more than $330 million to customers. Oof. The bank discovered it had been overcharging customers for several years. Citigroup, so if you have a Citigroup card, or a Citi card, one of America's largest banks, announced Friday that it would issue more than $330 million to nearly 2 million credit card accounts. The average refund will be approximately $190, including interest, and the refunds are tied to interest rates that should have gone down as customers made their payments on time.
Wow.
So I made my payments on time. I'm going to be looking for that check. So anyway.
That's very honest of them to even bring that.
Well, I'm willing to bet somebody caught them. I'm willing to bet $330 million. They probably wanted to, shove it under the rug.
Go to the mall.
It's all those people that own an IRA with Citi.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Seriously. But, for all the times that you have paid on time, I've always wondered.
I always pay on time.
I did too, and it was like,
where's my check?
Yeah, well, it could be coming in the mail. You never know.
I was short in paying a credit card bill by like $5, and they wanted to charge me $27.
Ooh.
I called them up. I'm like, come on now. I'm like, I've never been late. Clearly, I paid you. It's a mistake. I didn't get, because I do everything on, online.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to charge me $27?
And what happened?
They credited me.
Oh,
I was
well,
very
that's
happy.
good.
They
I'm
credited
like, come
you.
on.
Ooh.
Well, the impacted can expect to receive further information from the bank later this year. But even if you're late, by, say, 1 month, they have the right to, say, take it from, 13% to 25 to 29% interest. And I just think that credit companies, they're legal loan sharks. That's what I think they are. They're just
Better
loan
not
sharks.
to have them.
Yeah, well,
Have like
have
one or
many
two
anymore.
for
Pay
emergency.
cash for everything.
well,
I don't have a credit card.
do you have a debit card?
I do have a debit card, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is really interesting, and this kind of freaked me out.
Do you use it at gas stations?
No, I use it at gas stations, but if you go inside and you say, hey, 20 on pump 1.
That's what you have to do. You know that.
You're only going to pay $20, but if you use it at the pump itself, you're to get what's called an authorization hold. And I can only speak about this because I used to work customer service for Capital One.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not only that.
Some of those are up to $75 and can take up to 72 hours to clear back into your account.
Which is
nope.
You want to know
baloney, by the way. That's baloney that they can even do that. But
yes,
you're
also
also more at risk for hackers.
Yeah.
I made the mistake a couple of years ago, and I used it at the pump. And I'm looking at my, you check your account balance and everything, and I'm like, I wasn't in Georgia. I wasn't buying all this stuff.
Oh.
Somebody went to like Target, and they went to like Burger King, and and then it was like, they started off with like $2 here, $1 here, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, you know what? I purchased a little something in Huntington yesterday, and I used my debit card, and all of a sudden my phone goes off, and I got a text that was the receipt in a text. And I said, how did you get my phone number? And she said, it showed up with your debit card on your And I thought, what? And I thought, I didn't like that at all.
They know what you did in 1980.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Public knowledge.
What, Jace?
Did you sign up for that?
I don't remember signing up for it, but go on.
Remember.
They know what you did in 1980.
Okay. When did I sign up for this?
Well,
I got the
you
debit?
open up the account, when you, let's say that you do, and I don't know that you do, but let's say for the sake of discussion that you do,
Yeah.
their application on their phone, on your phone, so that you can monitor your balance or.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you
Okay.
do or if you don't, let's just say for the sake of this discussion that you do,
Okay.
it has to have your phone number. Or you set up the account to log in with your phone number and let's say a 6-digit verification code that gets sent to you as a security step so that you can get into that account on your phone.
Oh.
You signed up for it.
Okay, but wait a minute. But okay, I signed up for it, and I don't mind having that my phone number tied to that account. But how did this woman in Huntington with her store all of a sudden have my phone number to send it to?
Because when you swipe your card,
Yeah.
there's a what the hell is it called? Point of sale.
Point of
system.
sale. Okay.
Actually POS, which is why I was trying to be
POS
nice.
system
Okay.
for like the master ISOs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a point of sale system, and a lot of these are built by Visa or MasterCard or
Chase.
Discover, and it's all the same system. So if you have that little logo on your card that says Visa, MasterCard, whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
it's an integrated system. And especially with the fact of, look, just was it this year, last year, we all started using this stupid chip now.
Yeah, the chip and
Yeah.
pin technology in order to avoid the fraudulent credit card activity,
Yeah.
which in turn
So, I
actually
mean, you
made it
have
less
it.
convenient for the merchant that was
Right.
using.
Okay. All right. Well, I still
But
didn't like it.
I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't want it, but
Yeah.
you signed up for it. You signed
Okay.
up for it.
All right. Well, I guess I signed up for it, but I don't like it. I'm just saying I
Well,
don't like
then
it.
go into your settings of that account and
Yes.
you can remove it.
Really?
Yes, you can.
I love you, Jace. You're so awesome.
Love you too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll call me at 3:00. All right, how do I do this?
No, probably two. Anyway, but yeah. Yeah, don't worry, I probably will call you. But there's a nut now. Income tax season is coming up, and there's a new tax scam that can cause you to lose your entire tax refund.
Excuse me, really quick before you do that, I do want to
Yes.
let everybody know.
Okay.
Credit Karma. Are you familiar with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sean, I apologize if you don't want me to share this, but I'm going to share it because I'm dealing with it too. I got an email from Credit Karma saying that my data was located in 2 other company breaches.
Ooh,
However,
that sounds
Let me-
dangerous.
well, it does sound dangerous, but let me just explain something real quick. So it does pop up on my account. Hey, your information was located in these 2 company breaches. Something you might want to look into, which I have not looked into yet. I just don't have time, especially on Mondays, to do this. But I will get to it. I'm definitely going to look into this before I go crazy. And I know Sean got it too. Okay, but one of the things that a lot of people have to be very concerned about is if they start making this a publicly talked about story. Hey, my information was found here. Was found here. Was found here. One thing that you're going to have to pay very close attention to is I do not feel comfortable clicking the link in my email to find out the details of this information because they want you to sign into your Credit Karma account, which by doing that is going to be a phishing scam. I have this weird thing in the back of my mind that this is going to be another phishing scam. And then you're going to give them the information to log into your Credit Karma account.
Oh, wow.
And then when you do,
Mhm.
then you're going to have some really questionable stuff on your credit history. Don't do that. Just go to creditkarma.com, sign in that way. This way you know that's the link. Okay? You're going
Interesting.
to find it. That's how I did it. I got the email. I didn't trust the email. And then I went to another way to find it.
Well,
I don't trust
interestingly-
anything.
Interestingly enough, I got supposedly an email from iTunes that I had spent some money buying something on iTunes. And of course, I called Apple. And to try to get through to a person is such a pain in the butt. You know?
Probably better off
Yeah.
climbing a mountain.
Seriously, I finally got through. They said it was a phishing scam. Don't open it up, so I didn't. But now with this new tax scam where you can lose your entire refund, not only are there fake IRS calls, more than 12,000 victims have lost $63 million for fake IRS calls from thieves trying to fool people into sending money. The real IRS, of course, you all know by now, folks, they will never call you demanding money. You'll get a threatening letter that'll give you a heart attack. But scammers are doing it every way possible by robocalls, real calls, emails, and right now it's happening at a high frequency. and another scams that thieves actually deposit your tax return into your account, and then they fool you into giving it back to them when you give them your account number. And Jace, now, how easy is it for people to take over your computer? I know you and I have done it when you had to help me out with my computer, and I gave you the code and everything like that. But how easy is it for somebody to take over your computer where they can get into all this stuff? That makes me crazy.
They would have to have a little bit of information. They would have to have the IP address.
Okay.
Which computer is actually active.
Okay.
They would have to have. That's why I have verification on my computers. I have passwords put in place on my computers, where you can turn it on all you want. You can't get into it though.
Well, now,
password.
Is Norton or McAfee, are they really any good for protecting you?
That's like the NRA.
Actually,
I don't like either
I mean,
of them.
Full disclosure, they are not a sponsor. I do have Norton Security. However, I got it through having Comcast.
Okay.
Because I had Comcast Internet, and because I still have a Comcast account.
Okay.
They provide full. It's a full version of Norton, which I mean, just if I open it up now, I mean it does backups. It does a constant virus scan. If my computer is dormant for whatever period of time, then it'll automatically start doing a virus scan for me.
Oh.
Norton, get down here.
Well.
Yeah, Norton, get down here.
You know,
and I mean, I love Norton. I've had no issues with them.
Okay.
They protect my identity. They do backups. They do performance checks constantly.
Okay.
And especially if my computer, like I said, is sitting dormant for whatever period of time.
Well, now, what about, I have a gripe about my computer, and I think we've all done this, is when I'm Skyping in here on a Tuesday morning, this happened to me 2 weeks ago, is I went to Skype in, and all of a sudden my computer decided to do an update. Please stand by.
Yep.
And it's like, no, I need you now. I can't stand by. I have to go do this. And and it took 20 minutes for me to get on the air because I had to let them update. Why do they do these updates?
And especially if you haven't used the computer in a while. Like
you can schedule the update. My computer, I have a Mac. My computer will give me a message, updates, whatever. And I have choices. Try in an hour, update now, try tonight.
Tomorrow.
Right.
Oh, brother. Okay. Well, who knew? But I have to tell you, I just find that so annoying. It's like, and my phone does the same thing. We need to update. And then well, I'm not even going to get into my phone.
I got one of those and I sat in it all day until I got home and can plug it in and deal with it because I don't know.
Man, it just
Here's the thing. If it wasn't for the fact that I had small children who were not in my immediate area. So, like, they're at school. God forbid something happens in the 30, 35 minutes that it takes my phone to download, update, and I can't get phone calls, I can't get text messages, can't get emails, can't get smoke signals on the damn thing.
Oh, boy.
If it's in this process, something happens to my kids at school, how am I going to be notified?
Okay.
So, they're going to call Stephanie, and then what is Stephanie going to do? You can't call me?
Hey, driving through your area, there was a bus fire somewhere. Did you hear about that?
All 6 people survived?
Well, that's a good thing. Okay, you sounded disappointed. What, all 6 people survived?
Everything's fine.
Okay, now I have another story. We talked about this last week, but it was on the news this week, so maybe I scooped out some major news outlet, but I doubt it. But anyway, the RoboKiller, remember that? Have you guys seen this on the news? That it's an app that stops scammer and robocalls on your phone with answer bots. And they also like to mess with the scammers. And they block, so far they blocked more than 200,000 calls. And the Autobots say when you have that program to pick up the phone, they say, oh, can you wait a minute? I have to go get the baby. Or they're coughing, or they say something to mess with the scammers.
That's really funny.
I love.
Dustin Fairley,
awesome.
who I actually used to work with, just confirmed Chinese bus caught fire 495 in Newark yesterday.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't hear about it.
Well, as long as everybody's okay. But
yeah, actually, I do know what happened to the bus.
Is the bus okay?
Did it go on fire?
Yeah, Sim Ting Wong with the bus.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. I have to bring back my joke segment. I don't have my jokes with me.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, fine.
I thought that was pretty good,
Jace.
No, all right. Don't start with the blonde jokes. You've only been back one day.
I do what it gives me.
Okay,
We don't need to start. We just need you to go on camera.
So anyway, as we're talking about RoboKiller, they estimate that they send out 2,700 robocalls per second to the people in the United States. And users can see and listen to their blocked calls if they want to, and even choose the style of their answer bot. So I think that's really cool.
really-
So it's called RoboKiller.
When I
So
used to
that's
be a
great.
telemarketer, I remember I got past one gatekeeper, and I finally was able to speak to like the owner of a company, and he put on a recording. It was so great. I wanted to call the guy again, and I couldn't get that same recording.
Okay.
And the recording says, "You are an annoying telemarketer. Please hang up and quit your job."
Well,
And I'm like, this is brilliant. And I tried calling a guy back, and he wouldn't play it for me again.
wow.
But it was so great.
Well, yeah.
Look,
have you-
Helen,
What?
this is how I get my jokes.
Oh, okay, great. Go ahead, do the jokes.
It tells me, look,
I see this. What is it? Where'd you get
it's on
that?
Facebook.
It's an answer bot for all of the jokes.
It is
It really is.
All right, whatever.
What do you call an owl that does boxing?
What?
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, that
So
joke.
dumb.
That joke was a hoot.
Exactly.
You're dumb too.
What do you call a magical owl?
What?
Houdini.
Houdini.
Wow, my dumb. Okay,
Sorry.
keep going.
Wow.
All right, one more. One more.
Oops, did you hear that? Sorry.
What do you
Great,
call
Jizz.
an owl with armor?
What?
A night owl.
I am getting dumber by the minute.
Is that
I'm
even
so
possible,
glad,
Helen?
I'm so glad only Mike heard that. I hope they can edit that out.
Really? Really? Is that possible, Helen? Really? Why?
No,
What
no,
are you
no,
editing
no.
out? Why? I'm getting
Helen,
dumber?
look, this-
Really?
Did you guys hear? No, did you guys hear what I did?
What did you do?
What did you did?
What did you do?
Wow.
I know Mike heard it.
What did he do? What did he do? He's laughing.
He's just
What
like,
did you
oh,
do?
what do you call an owl that's a magician? I'm like, Houdini. She's like, Houdini. I'm like, oh, F you.
All right.
Oh.
Great. Good job.
Hey,
Okay, what
listen.
else? Yeah, keep going with the jokes.
No.
Yes, I
have something
insist.
else.
No,
I love you
want
too,
to do the-
Janet. I
want
hope
you
you're
to-
doing
I
well.
want you to do the jokes, please. Do
No.
the jokes.
I'm done with the
And
jokes.
And by the way,
on to
ironically
something
enough,
else.
Dustin and I used to work at a call center.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's a good one.
It's
Okay.
very interesting, actually.
All right, go, girl, go.
All right. So, being that I do a lot of driving, I'm going
Yes.
to talk about some fun facts about driving licenses that will drive you crazy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Until 2002, women in Lithuania had to undergo a
Lithuania.
gynecological examination before they can get a driving license.
What?
Wow, Jace, that was a priceless reaction.
I
He
mean,
was
no
like,
disrespect
"What?"
intended, but you know what happens with a retired gynecologist?
What?
He gets tunnel vision.
Oh, geez.
Ew.
Anyway, number 2, you'll need to complete a first aid course before you can get your mitts on a Hungarian driving license.
That's not a bad idea.
It's. I
Okay.
think I will. Everybody
Wow.
should know.
I like how you
First
talk
aid.
about gynecology and then you say mitts afterwards.
I'm reading what it says. That's all.
Gosh.
I'm
You know
not
what
ad libbing.
gynecologist and a nearsighted
me now.
gynecologist and a puppy have in common?
What?
What?
Both have what noses?
Number 3, in South Dakota, U.S., you can legally drive a car by yourself from the age of. You want to take a guess?
You're Mike. I'm sorry, we're still on the
I,
other
did,
joke.
did he, did
I
he
totally
mute
was
his mic
going-
to laugh?
What?
What?
Did
Mike,
mute his mic to laugh at me?
Mike's practically
Mike is
falling off the chair.
Mike fell. He's laughing.
Yeah, Mike is at the board.
I'm
since
just
Eric had
imitating
to
Eric.
leave. Okay. Oh,
Oh.
is that what? Oh, okay. All right. Go. Keep going.
What age can you drive a car by yourself in South Dakota?
12?
5.
10.
What?
5. Come on.
Well, I'm
Come
just
on
finding-
now.
All right. What?
5. They can't even eat a whole chicken wing by themselves at 5. They can't
Can they
drive.
Can they carry a gun?
Wow.
I'm sorry. Okay.
By the way, good morning, Corinne.
Hi,
Age-
Corinne.
Hi, Corinne.
Morning, Corinne.
14.
And Danny Seeger is watching from the Netherlands. Good morning.
Hello,
Good afternoon.
Danny.
The Netherlands.
In
Hi.
May of 2014, the oldest driving license holder in the UK was a 107-year-old woman.
Wow.
She still drove like an old bat.
I want to know if she made it to
That's
108.
right. You guys know.
I wanna know if she made it to-
gynecologist and a pizza delivery man have in common.
What?
This is, by the way, this is the same joke that got the person fired.
always deliver.
Both can smell it, neither can eat it.
Oh.
Number 5.
Oof.
The first
Bye,
speeding ticket
Kent.
was
Was
issued
nice.
in 1902, a time when most cars struggled to hit 45 miles per hour.
Oh, good.
It's number 6. Ooh, Soki Joe's going to like this. Self-defense is compulsory part of driver training in Brazil. thanks
well
to
it
the
should be.
prevalence of violent carjacking.
As well it should be.
You don't want to get your car jacked.
No, man. I'd rather have it jilled.
Number 7. Henry Ford didn't have a driving license till the grand old age of 56.
I was going to say
Oh.
77 and say he had Janet beat.
Number 8.
Ah, I heard a little snort there.
Drivers in Finland must complete 2 epic years of training before they can get their license, and perform a skid is part of the test.
Skid marks.
That's not a bad idea. That's
That's pretty funny. Number
What do you
9.
got?
Drinking and driving is not illegal in Indonesia.
People drive in Indonesia. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Unsurprisingly, there were an estimated 442,000, I guess,
42
how
million
it's written.
people.
42,000. That is, okay.
434. Yeah.
Road traffic accident fatalities in the country last year.
Wow. And people talk about gun control.
Number 10. The Queen is the only person in Britain who doesn't need a driving license to hit the road.
Well, yeah.
Sure. She just falls off a horse and she hits that road.
Number 11. In Italy, drivers start life with 20 points on their license and only lose them for bad driving.
Wow. So
Wow.
In,
Even
Italy,
Wow.
in Italy, the ones with the most points win.
By the way,
guess
something
so.
I just want to share with you guys real quick since we're talking about driving. Are you guys familiar with Sammy Hagar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know his song?
I
Yeah.
can't drive 55.
Yeah. Well, there's a song that says, "I can't drive. I'm 65."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to take a listen to that. I'll post it to the Cop and Crew Facebook page.
Yeah, you do that.
I got to tell you, I hit I-95 at 4 a.m. Are you playing it now?
Sorry. We're talking more driving, so I figured I'd play.
Okay.
Great. I did cruise control all the way to Virginia.
Really?
Just saying.
Did you save gas?
I did.
Good. Okay, you almost done?
I am.
Okay.
12. Smoking while driving is forbidden in North Korea. You fail to smell there being a problem with the car.
In North Korea.
Something
more.
still wrong.
13. In Japan, drivers over the age of 75 have to display a special sign in the back of their car to let other drivers know they're old.
Old geezer. Geezer driving. Geezer
was
driving.
that? What is
Who's
that?
calling in?
Who's calling?
You'll have to give me a second. I think I know exactly what that is.
And number 14,
It's
the
a cricket.
car Steve Jobs drove never had a license plate.
Really?
Okay. Lisa, can you repeat number 10 for Heather Claire Lander?
Number
wow, that's like
10.
going through my head.
The Queen is the only person in Britain who doesn't need a driving license to hit the road.
Okay,
Really?
did you
Is there
get-
an echo?
okay, Heather? Okay, no echo here. All right, I have a question now. Thank
Yeah.
you. How many of you have ever done a pub crawl? A
Oh,
pub
yes.
crawl?
No.
Okay.
I won't
no?
do that.
Well, I've done bar hopping.
Okay.
I wouldn't say like I did like an official pub
Okay.
crawl, like
well,
a Santa
okay.
con.
All right. Well, the Santa Con now, that's always been met with a lot of resistance from people in New York City. The one I know about is the one in New York City. I've never done it, but you know, people get upset about crowd control, noise, intoxicated patrons. You know, I've seen people. I went into the city when SantaCon was happening about 3 years ago. I didn't know it was the SantaCon day.
Oh, that's the
But there were
best.
so many
Like-
people drunk on the train. It was like, oh, come on, man. And now, Hoboken, New Jersey, there is Leprechaun. And that-
Hoboken?
Hoboken.
Broken.
I said
That's what-
Hoboken. I said
Yeah,
Hoboken.
That hoe
And-
is broken. Hoe broken.
Eric, are you in there?
Yeah, seriously. Now, it's called Leprechaun, and the pub crawls.
Helen said the same exact thing last night.
What did I say?
Eric, are you in there?
What the hell have you been drinking there,
What
son?
is in that room?
Yeah, seriously. Okay, all right.
You
yeah.
know what? I'm convinced there's mold in there.
Yeah. I think so.
The person that
Okay.
ever sat there has lost their mind.
Okay, so now Leprechaun, that's happening in Hoboken, New Jersey.
That was a great movie. I love the movie Leprechaun. He kills somebody with a pogo stick.
Zip it, Michael. Zip it.
It's all right. Yesterday, I'm sitting on my phone. I'm going. I swear to God, if Michael Ruggieri pokes me one more time, and then I hear, "Who's Michael Ruggieri?" and I go, "Magic Mike." Oh, okay.
Wait, you were sitting on your phone and you were afraid that I would poke you?
Yeah. You know what?
Am I missing something here? What is up with you? What have you been drinking? What did you take today?
What
My
is
little
in that
vegan
control
friend.
room?
What is going on
Austin
with
Mayville
you?
says Eric is broken.
Okay. So anyway, one
Eric
more
is
time.
broken. Now let's talk about Hoboken.
Hoboken, the
Don't
leprechaun.
make me get up.
Pub crawls.
Sure, we'd all
several
love to
bars
see
have
that.
been shut down, actually, for March 3rd.
Oh, really?
Because they don't want to deal with all the crowd control, noise, and
All the
intoxicated
vertically
people.
challenged
I don't
Irish
like that.
people.
I don't like.
Well, it's like
I don't do that.
there's an easy
I
way to
got
get 'em out of your
drunk
way. Just
by
punt 'em across the
accident 3
street.
times
No,
in my life.
you know what? You and I have a conversation. We're going to ignore the numbnuts
Yeah.
right here. Okay, so let's you and I have a
Ignore the
conversation.
numbnuts.
I would
Wow.
never do
J-
a bar
Jace, you're
crawl.
going to take that?
I would never do that
So why wouldn't you do that?
because I don't like that. I don't
Just to
drink
drink
like
to
that.
get drunk,
I-
right?
Yeah,
it's,
and I
it's
never liked
silly.
it.
Yeah.
I only got drunk by accident in my life 3 times.
Oh, well.
By
okay.
accident?
I
Yes,
can't talk
by
about
accident,
that, but,
Mike, yes.
whatever. But
And I will stick
anyway,
to it.
the businesses that are around these pubs that have been shut down, they're upset because it's going to affect their business
Right.
as well. But the thing about SantaCon and Leprechaun is, it's all well and good to have a good time, but when I saw these kids on the train, dressed in the Santa suits, and I'm sure they're going to be in leprechaun suits and all that other kind
See,
of stuff.
that's the Long Island Railroad, and I
They
hate
were
to say
just
it.
plowed,
I hate to
Mike.
say
They
it,
were
but
just
they give
drunk as
Long
skunks.
Islanders a bad name. And it's not just like these pub crawls.
Well,
just like
okay.
the drunk Long Islanders in the summertime, they're like completely wasted.
There's
Especially-
nothing attractive to that, and nothing good can come from that.
I feel like it's
Yes.
almost like a Jersey Shore effect.
Well,
And no
there's-
offense to people
But I
from
won't
Jersey, but it's
participate
like
in,
people
Santa
that
Claus. I don't want my jingle balls falling out of the sack.
What?
Randy Steele said, I only got drunk by accident once. The rest of the times were deliberate.
deliberate.
Thank you, Randy. Yeah.
Hi,
Thank you for
Randy.
sharing, Randy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're back, Randy. How are you?
Yes,
How
Randy,
are
where were you all
doing?
this time? We needed some
Where
help.
were
with
you
these,
during the
No,
pub crawl?
seriously.
These pub crawl guys.
I got
What?
drunk by accident 3 times. It's an awful feeling. People go out to drink to get drunk. I just, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either.
And
I
by the
really
way,
don't.
Randy Steele, if I can just say, what Helen meant to say is, where have you been all this time? We require adult supervision.
Yes, those two do. Anyway.
Eric,
I
are
don't
you
know
in
you
there?
what-
Jace, yes, well, Eric is not here. Tammy says, Jace, your new bike is so cool. Great gift from Stephanie. What did you name the bike?
I haven't.
I think it should be Sweet Stephanie with a hug and a kiss. I
You
really
should put
do.
her name on the side.
I think so too. I think that's the right
I
thing
just
to
think
do.
it's funny how my old one literally looks like a moped compared to it.
Well, okay, so you've grown up. You've gone a bigger, larger level. There we go. Proud of you,
You're
dear.
a
Proud
big
of you.
boy now.
Yeah.
Wear your
But they-
big
They
boy
took my
biker jacket.
training wheels off my motorcycle.
So,
You guys
but,
suck.
but I think you should write Stephanie on it. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's lovely.
There was this one, I have it somewhere on my phone. I'm not going to look for it now. But this woman took her husband's car for the day, and she had it detailed, like with these removable decals that can come off the car, with pictures of her, pictures of words of like, I love my wife, she's the best ever, all over the car. Everything about the wife. So when he's driving, it's like this big giant, I love my wife and I'm going to
That's
tell
cool.
the world. So she surprises him. She's laughing hysterically. And he's like, I can't drive this car anywhere. It literally, the entire
Why?
car was covered. It was funny.
By the way, Randy Steele
Steele.
says, hi guys, I've gone on many pub crawls and recommend them. Just because you run with the herd doesn't mean you have to be one of the cows.
Randy
Oh,
Steele, I
yes.
can't see you running with the herd, just saying. So I don't know about that. But,
You know, I thought Randy Steele was turning into Andrew Dice Clay over the weekend. He had like a baker, a candlestick maker, and something like that on his boat over the weekend playing poker. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing today?
Oh, we're
he
going
had
to
a
be good friends.
politician,
Yeah.
and I said, watch the politician.
Yeah.
Just saying. So,
Yeah.
well, I think majority of people that go on these pub crawls, Randy.
Pub.
I know. I stopped right there.
It's Monday.
I know. But I think the majority of people that go on these pub crawls, Randy, they do it to get drunk. They're not doing it to say, oh, let me try this beer. Let me try that beer. Oh, the bouquet of this wine or the bouquet of that. No, they do it to get drunk. Come on. Let's
The
be real.
bouquet of the wine.
Yeah, seriously.
Next to the flower shop, you can go to the pub.
Yeah, no, they do it to get drunk.
Buy wine and a bouquet.
You know.
And I never recommend drinking sangria, ever.
Now, is that
okay.
just like general sangria or the one with the fruit in it?
I have no idea. I think somebody that made it for me is trying to kill me.
See, I always feel like a fish whenever I have sangria.
A
Espe-
fish?
Well,
What?
because like you have to like eat the fruit afterwards, like the drunk fruit, and it's like.
My first
I didn't
experience
know. What the
drinking.
What the hell was that noise, Mike?
Like trying to eat fruit without a utensil that's in a glass.
You are so funny.
That's
Oh my
already
God.
drenched in alcohol.
Okay, I want to smell your breath when you come out of here because you are in rare form.
I
today,
saw him
man.
sipping
Wow.
I
something.
tell you, wow.
Now it's time for
Seriously?
breathalyzer time with
Helen.
17 seconds.
17
By the way,
seconds.
this show is
Yeesh.
sponsored by Alcoholics Anonymous.
At
My
least it is.
Say
First
the alphabet
experience
backwards and you can be a guest on our show.
Was Southern Comfort and beer mixed? They call those Boilermakers.
Yep, here are the police. They're
Awful.
trying to come and get me.
Yeah.
Jace, watch out.
I can't
Okay.
walk a straight line. Somebody help me.
No funny.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey, really quick, we need to break for some station stuff.
Okay.
No.
Okay, watch me.
Hey, it's Jace from Cop and Calamity in the Morning, and you're listening to WLINY, America's #1 internet radio station.
Hey, this is your boy, the Iceman, from the Iceman's Top 40 New Country Countdown Show. And you're listening to WLINY Radio, Long Island's #1 internet radio station.
Hello, Internet Radio listeners. My name is Eric Martin Koppelman with Cop and Crew, No Holds Barred Internet Radio Morning Show. Heard every weekday morning between 7 and 10 a.m. on WLINY Radio, Lake Grove, as well as other syndicated stations and shows throughout the country, and we're real proud of that. But here's the deal for today, folks. If you're hearing my voice, that means other people are going to be hearing my voice, and I have a special program for you. So if you're interested in promoting yourself, your business, your book, your song, whatever it is that you want to get the message out there, we can do it with our social media blast, which go on all throughout the day. All throughout the day. All throughout the day. Did you hear me say all throughout the day? That's promotion all throughout the day for only $10 per day. So you want to give me a call at 800-609-9750. That's 800-609-9750. Did I tell you it's all throughout the day? 800-609-9750. I'll tell you all about the program and get you started. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? There's people out there that are listening right now. 800-609-9750. That's 800-609-9750. Let us promote you today.
And welcome back to Cop and Crew Morning Show here on WLINY. We got the lovely Helen Sinigliaro there.
Lovely.
We also have the lovely Lisa, who came all the way from Florida just to kick Michael's behind. We have Michael Jury behind the board, and I am up on your television.
Okay,
Hello,
now I have a
welcome back.
question. Since we're
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about alcohol today, what was your first drunk?
Wow. Like the first time I saw a drunk? Oh,
No,
like
what?
what
No,
my
gosh,
name,
I-
don't you
what-
remember?
I recall the
Oh.
first time I saw a drunk, he just fell all over himself,
You
fell
know
down
what?
the stairs,
Really?
was sleeping on a park
what
bench.
was the first time you got drunk, and what did you drink?
Oh, that was great.
The first time for me was I was 15.
Okay.
I drank the Boilermakers,
Wowsh. Ow.
Southern Comfort and beer.
Okay.
Went home.
Yeah. Puked your guts out, I'm sure.
While I slept in it. I kid you not, it's a true
Oh,
story.
slept in it.
It gets
That's
better,
gotta hurt.
guys. It gets
Okay,
better.
Okay.
Okay, now remember, I'm 15, living at home
Well,
with
you and-
parents.
I'm sorry, our chat is blowing up right now.
And
Harry George, Heather, vodka. Lisa says vodka. Heather Claire
Okay.
Lander says,
All right.
what's it, Tito's, Lisa? Harry
Vodka.
George says,
Okay.
shine.
very good
straight.
vodka.
Moonshine, wow.
I love
So,
this. I
uh,
love this extra crew we've got here. Everybody's sharing.
I love how
it.
half the people are blaming the Russians at this point.
So I sleep in
Yeah.
it,
Oh, bad.
okay?
Bad.
How was the morning after?
Wait, it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
My mom left early in the morning. She
Tell her
never
it's
came
really
into the
delicious.
bedroom. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, that's not good. I take all,
That's not good.
it gets better.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Remember, I'm 15. I'm stupid. I take all my blankets, I roll them up, put them in a black plastic garbage bag.
Well, that's
You
okay.
throw it
I
out.
Good.
walk. I walk. We were one house away from the beach. I walk to the beach
And you put the
and I
sheets in the water.
throw the whole bag over the cliff
Over the cliff.
to never see it again.
And who did the bag land on?
It
That's
was
what I want to know.
on the beach. I didn't care.
Wow.
I was 15.
Justin,
I was stupid.
Justin says Brandy, E, and J.
Oh.
What's Brandy E and J? What is
Harry,
that?
Harry George, I started late because I drove 15 hours to get here.
No, he's talking about your drinking.
Oh,
What happened?
Started
Did she
late.
mess around?
Wait, she was 15. Wow.
I was 15.
I'd say that's a little early, Harry George. Come on now. Okay.
Totally went over my head. I thought you were talking about I started late today.
Okay. All right.
Heather
When I came
Kylander,
back-
oh my God! First time I was 14, I was drinking Malibu and orange, staggered home and passed out.
Wow.
Now, the first time I really got super, super drunk, like, in high school, it's a rite of passage on Long Island. Everybody goes drinking on the weekends. I never really got
I never
drunk
did.
like that.
I never did in
well,
high
that
school. Never.
well, it serves to say a lot of stuff. Anyway, so as I was
Why do you
saying-
think I'm so screwed up?
No, what-
Never did.
You know what? I'm not going to
figured it's
touch
'cause
any
you
of
were a
that.
virgin.
But I was 17 in college, and I got drunk on one weekend on everything. And now everybody,
Like 18
Listerine.
years,
everybody 18, 19 years old in college. I'm 17. I'm
Rubbing
like,
alcohol.
I can drink. I drank everything under the sun.
Purell.
I drank all the hard liquor. I had
You're
some
never
of this.
supposed to mix.
Well, I learned
Paint
that,
thinner.
and I haven't done it since.
Good
But I will
girl.
tell you, wow, talk about sick.
You were
talk
probably
about-
fun.
I don't remember. I
don't blame you for not remembering.
My floor threw me in the shower.
Your floor threw you in the
Yeah,
shower.
and I remember it now.
My
remember,
floor just picked myself up.
Your
no,
floor?
they threw. Well, because I lived in a dorm.
Oh, you're
Okay,
the
I-
people.
One
yeah.
tequila, two tequila, three tequila
Three
floor.
tequila floor.
Well, you want to know
Yeah.
something funny? Is at one point at college, my best friend and I, Eileen, we were known as the Tequila Kids. Yeah, not good. Anyway, but
Yep.
that's
Tequila.
yeah, that's another story. But anyway, so what happened? This is the funniest
She
thing.
wants to go to
Now,
Sparrows, Lisa. She wants to go to
I,
Sparrows.
I had straight hair
I am later.
in the morning, in the evening, and they threw me in the shower, and I went to bed, and I woke up. And I remember looking in the mirror, and I scared myself because I woke up with curly hair. I was like, "What happened to
Oh.
me?" I didn't
The
even
frizz
remember.
scared her.
Oh man, let
so
me
there's
tell
a couple
you.
of more comments here.
Yes.
Randy still says, Lord, I apologize for that one right there. Sorry, Lisa, but you walked into that one.
I know. I
Oh.
did.
Renee Imparto says, Joe got drunk at Zolly's in Hempstead and puked in the backseat of Lady Petro's car.
Oh,
Ladies
that's
and
the
gentlemen,
worst.
that is my brother that she's talking about right
That
now.
is the worst.
That's your brother?
Yes. Sorry,
Oh.
Joe. Love you. Oh my God.
And
That's
Randy
funny.
still says, Lisa, so given that
Oh,
response to
man.
Harry, you say you were not so bright when you were 15. Uh-huh.
I know,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
Oh.
What about you,
Harry-
Renee?
Harry
How
George
drunk
says he
did you
started at
get?
12.
When did
12,
it start
wow.
for you, Renee? I'd love to hear you. I'd love to hear. Anytime you want to call in, let us know. That's funny.
888-583-9930, extension 100. Or
Okay.
continue to chat on Facebook. We'll be happy to share your comments.
You know what's fun? No, this is my family, though, listening in. I hope they don't give away secrets, though. That would be bad.
And the funny thing is, I was supposed to be bowling at the bowling alley. I was behind the bowling alley, drinking with friends.
Of
Okay.
course you are.
Code was, I'm going bowling.
And did you
Oh.
bowl better?
No, I didn't go into the bowling alley.
No, and you haven't been drunk yet. Are you kidding? You've never gotten
Let's
drunk
get
in your life.
Mike drunk.
Give us a break.
Oh,
okay?
Renee says
You-
Southern girls don't talk.
Oh.
She is my she's my Southern belle. That's right. She's
See,
from
I
North
knew Lisa
Carolina.
was still in Florida today.
No, that's my sister-in-law actually listening in. In the Cayman
Oh,
Islands.
Heather says, come on,
So-
Jace, what about you? I don't want to talk about
Like,
Come on, Jace.
I
give
got
us
so
one
drunk
Tell
story.
us about
from
the
that
time you
Mountain
got
Dew
story.
alcohol
Yeah.
concoction, that
Give us
Mountain
I
Dew
got so
cocktail.
intoxicated, I was waiting on my buddy to get out of the bathroom. Turns out he
Occupied.
wasn't in the bathroom. I had left the light on leaving the last time, and I was waiting for nobody to get out of the bathroom. So I sat on his bed,
Yeah.
laid down in his bed, puked in his bed,
Ooh.
and he goes, dude, I get it. You had too much. I understand. At least you're
Wow.
responsible enough to lay down. Just don't puke in my bed. And I said, too late.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you roll
That's
it up
bad.
and put it in a garbage bag?
No, I actually just rolled off the bed because I didn't want to lay next to it. It was in his bed too. I slept on the couch that night.
Oh,
Man.
That's
Ay,
that's
ay,
the
ay.
same night. That's the same night he
That's a good
kindly
friend.
picked me up like his child and moved me to the couch so I would be more comfortable.
Mhm.
And
That's
then
a good
him and his girlfriend
Okay.
and my lovely wife decided to try to put lipstick on me while I slept.
Are there any pictures? I'd pay money
I'm
to
sure
see
there
that.
were.
Oh my
the
gosh!
problem
I
is
would
the
love
Don't
to see
lie.
that.
You were in the mirror putting lipstick on,
No,
saying,
the,
"I'm
lip-
so
the lipstick was
pretty."
phallic.
Well,
Yeah.
all lipstick is phallic. You.
This was intentionally shaped like a pee-pee.
Ooh. Okay,
And-
now next question. I've got a really good question. Now, when you're hungover, what do you do the next day?
Oh, I know this.
Well-
Okay. Oh, you know this. Okay. What do you do? What do you do?
Coconut water.
Go
I know
ahead.
this.
All right.
Hydrate.
You know, she knows this, everybody.
Hydrate.
Because
Yes.
I was hungover for 2 days. The second time I got drunk by accident.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Where-
accidentally,
I
everybody.
think my
Okay.
ex, his cousin, was trying to kill me with the sangria. It was so bad. 2 days I was hungover. You eat.
Yeah.
And I don't do McDonald's. You eat as many McDonald hamburgers as you can.
She's right.
And
Yes.
a chocolate.
Dustin,
did
have
they
a great day, buddy.
chocolate
Thanks for
cake.
joining us.
Yeah.
Actually, she's absolutely right. For a hangover, it is McDonald's, fries, Coke, and
And
actually
it
a Big Mac.
does make
Yes.
you feel better.
And
It
if you're a
does.
vegetarian, you can have a breakfast sandwich of eggs, cheese, and black coffee.
You know what? I don't
The
know how.
grease
I
is
don't
the
know
same
how
thing.
you can possibly converse in this conversation because you've never been drunk.
I wouldn't admit
So-
to it.
But we're all sharing here. Sharing is caring.
Exactly.
Really?
I thought we were
Oh,
family.
boy. Oh, wow.
Cop and
I'm-
crew
I'm a-
co-host.
I'm a little hurt. Are you hurt?
I am too.
Yeah. Wow. Shame on you.
You know what? Whatever.
Wow.
I'd say
We're waiting.
well, a
The
lot
whole
of
world is waiting right now for your sharing of your drunk
Listen,
story.
you're either going to tell us about the time you got drunk or your bar mitzvah when you got circumcised at 13. You pick.
Oh yeah, I could tell you. You know, when
That
when
was
I
a
was
good one.
younger, like when I was in high school, I
Yes.
never drank, never did.
So
at
you
all.
never
But,
you never
and-
bowed to peer pressure ever.
and well, you know, I wasn't surrounded by it. Even like the parties that I went to
on Long Island?
on Long Island,
Really?
they really did not have a lot of alcohol use.
Okay.
There really wasn't even that much drug use. I think that the first time I think I like experienced drug use,
Oh, well, that explains
like as
a
far
lot.
as like other people using it, because I've never
Yeah.
done drugs at all. Was actually when I was in acting school, and I realized, oh shit, people are actually smoking.
By the
Oh.
way, we should probably cut this conversation. Austin Mayville, hanging out, decided to
Okay.
share. He's a recovering alcoholic. Great job.
Yeah.
Kudos
Okay.
to
Good
you.
for
All
you.
right,
Yeah.
Austin. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good
There
for
you
Very
you.
go.
proud
Yeah.
of you.
We didn't mean to
buddy.
offend or anything
No.
like that, just so you know. We're just
Listen,
having
the
a little fun.
first- No, he knows.
Okay,
He knows.
okay,
But you know
good.
what? Heather Claire Lander says, so am I, Austin. So there
Yeah.
you go. You know
Okay.
what? Two people.
Good
we
job.
we played enough with the alcohol and
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you guys for sharing that.
Thank you.
You know what? Sometimes I don't even think about that. And you know what? I don't
Yeah.
care if he knows or not. My father is also a recovering alcoholic, has not had an alcoholic drink in 25 years.
Good
God
for
Wow,
him.
awesome.
congratulations.
That's amazing. That
So it's
really
either
is
20
good.
or 25 years. I know he hasn't touched alcohol since my sisters were born.
Way to go, Dad.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
Hey, Samsung's
And he
coming
said,
out.
great job, Austin and Heather. Thank you guys.
Who has a new? Who uses Samsung phones? You don't count. Mike has a flip phone still.
Samsung and LG.
Okay.
You know,
Seriously?
we need to talk about your flip phone.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like
Why?
You know what? I
Because
have a
it
real-
holds
I
the
have a
charge for 4
story.
days.
And you know what? Being that this is not a bad word, this story is titled "Asshole of the Day." Okay.
Okay.
Listen, don't
Okay.
talk about me like that.
Don't talk about the pucker.
I'd rather talk about you to your face. So Molly the pig was one of 57 potbelly pigs rescued from a hoarding situation in Duncan, British Columbia last May when a local branch of the SPCA rescued her, nursed her back to health, and she got recovered and everything like that. The Vietnamese pig was found its forever home back in January. That's the part. Listen, guys, if you don't like this, just step away for a second. Just a
this
few
gonna
weeks
upset
after
us?
being rescued, the pig was slaughtered and eaten.
No, I didn't like that at all. That
What?
was a terrible
Molly
story.
was just 3 years old.
Yes, I
she-
thought
I
you
don't
were
wanna
going
hear
with
that.
a
I don't
good
wanna-
story here. I didn't know
Yeah,
this was
I
going to
don't
do a
like it at all.
turnaround.
The
Shame on you.
ASPCA is
story
coming.
Start off with this is the asshole of the week.
I don't know.
No, I didn't like that story at all.
Listen,
Wow.
I'm not talking about getting a rectal exam.
They're surprised because they thought they were gonna like the rectum.
No, but what? You know, this
What
always
is
happens. At
happening?
the beginning
The
of the
rectum
show,
of the week.
we go off on the deep end. Towards the end of the show, we go off on the deep end again. Really?
Boy, it sounds like a pain in the rectum.
You know, I had 2 brand new trucks, wrecked them both.
Do you know I drove
Lisa-
15 hours?
Yeah, for this.
I drove
For this.
15 hours for this.
For this.
Wow, for this.
And on 2 hours sleep. I did
Wow.
not sleep before getting in the car.
Well, we'll have a nice discussion in Sparrows over drinks.
Oh, I will.
Okay then.
Yeah, as
Fine.
he sips water.
So now here's the thing.
I'll have some milk. Like, I'm a vegan. It's, it's a sacrifice.
Isn't
Vegan's not a bad thing. I've been
you
doing
shouldn't
vegan.
be having dairy from cows. Isn't that like not vegan law?
That's
or
vegan
something?
voodoo.
That's
It
vegan.
is.
Okay,
is.
so then all right.
But even beer is not vegan, certain beers.
Is
And
there a vegan
vodka
beer?
is a potato.
Yeah, you can actually buy vegan beer.
There is vegan beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've heard it all. Okay.
I
all
did
right.
hear of that, yeah.
I wanted to talk about the new Samsung Galaxy S9 that was shown available. It's going to be available March 16th. It was unveiled in Barcelona. My question is, why was it unveiled in Barcelona? I'm just asking.
Because I think they just had a smartphone convention, and I'm not even trying to be a wise ass. I
okay.
really,
I was
think
curious.
They had a tech talk of some kind
Okay.
in Barcelona.
Okay.
Plus, they're a nation that runs on naps. So,
Randy Steele says, is it you ladies object to the pig being slaughtered or being eaten? Inquiring minds.
I think I was under the impression that the pig was going to live a
Yeah.
life of leisure and a happy life. I just
Playing in mud.
Yeah, playing in mud.
Turns out the
That's
only
the only
species
thing.
on Earth that A, drink milk after weaning, and B, drink another species' milk. That's what Randy Steele says.
Okay, Randy, I got nothing on that one. What do you want me to say? I got nothing. I don't know what you mean or what you're
He's
where you're
saying
going.
that the humans are the only species that consume milk after weaning, and we also drink another species' milk.
yes.
Yeah, and it's
Developed by the
5 to 10.
Neanderthals.
I have got nothing on that one. Seriously.
But the crazy thing is that
Okay.
like people in many Asian countries they're like 96% lactose intolerant.
I got
Ladies and
nothing.
germs, I know it's a little early, but unfortunately, I have to get moving. I have some really important things to take care of after
Okay.
the show.
Mm-hmm.
Helen, would you like to start us off with some parting thoughts?
Yes, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. We had a lot of fun. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Stay safe.
Lisa?
Helen will like this. February 26, 2018, the universe is saying to you today, be true to yourself always, be kind to yourself, and love and approve of yourself. Appreciate and honor the efforts you put into your work and believe that you are worthy of achieving what you want. Move forward to your new life, and the new you is here right now.
Nice.
Like it.
Mr. Magic Mike.
Wherever your endeavors may take you, make sure you stay safe and during these troubling times and have a good time.
There you go. Eric?
Right.
Hey, can you hear me? Okay, would you like to offer some parting thoughts?
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the show today. Really appreciate it, as per usual. Sorry, I had to leave a little bit early there, but I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm glad Lisa got here safely. Helen, thank you so much. Mike, thanks for coming early. Jay, for all you do, and our prayers are all with Janet with regards to her current situation. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Eric.
See you tomorrow,
Thanks.
Eric.
Love you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Eric.
And that was the chief commander, Mr. Koppelman. I just want to say, of course, if you guys missed any part of the show, we are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Podsnack, Mixler, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Facebook Live. We have our little Instagram going on. Don't forget, we are also on the WordPress. We got blog. Don't forget 92.1 FM, Kent, UK, iJuice FM. We are also on Good Talk and as well as Good Music Radio out of Mesa, Arizona. Great Cloud Radio in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we are now on your Spotify. Check us out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the show just as Eric always says, life is what happens.
When you're busy making other plans. Say
Thank
goodbye,
you guys
folks.
so much. Hey, everybody have a great day. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Papa's kicking in, gave food through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame. You're the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A.